Hi everybody, welcome back to Cids Modded Life Season 2 Episode 60 with me, Cid. And last episode we made this, which is the start of my Chaos Altar room off of Olympus, because it's part of the structure here. And yeah, I'm happy with what we've got so far. Now, let's talk about the nature of chaos. So chaos as a thing has featured in a lot of the readings that I've had over the years, and I used to read. Now I'm going to take you way back. So one of the early authors I used to read was a author called Michael Moorcock, and probably best known for his, let me just put that away, I don't really need that right now, for the Eternal Champion series. In fact, all of his books were based around the Eternal Champion, even the ones that didn't immediately appear to be based around the Eternal Champion. That makes no sense at all, but you know, I know what I'm trying to say here. Let me just clear a little bit of space as well while we're in here. What can we get rid of? Let me get rid of all of those, because I don't think we need them. And the basis behind the Eternal Champion series was very simple. It was that there is throughout time there's a single soul of the Champion Eternal. Hence the obviously the idea of the Eternal Champion, and he's destined to fight for the balance of the universe. Now sometimes he fights on the side of chaos, sometimes they fight on the side of law, but ultimately they are always fighting for the balance. Yeah, confused? Good. Anyway, one of the main critters, one of the main characters that appeared in the Eternal Champion Michael Moorcock books was well, let's say there was Arioch of Melniboné, Ericos, Corum, trying to think, Hawkmoon. So these are all the different incarnations of the same hero, and consequently the idea goes that throughout time, they basically have this. I don't know this. Oh, that's not quite right, is it? Doesn't matter. 1, 2. It's all right. I've already plotted this out. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then like this. Yeah. Throughout the time in the multiverse, these heroes are fighting, and the most. Probably the best known one has got to be Arioch of Melniboné, who was an albino prince and a servant of chaos. And in this particular instance, chaos is represented by Arioch, one of the lords of hell. And the chaos symbol, which is originally from Moorcock's books, was basically a series of 8 arrows. I can just get myself so I can stay on track here, radiating out from a central point, and this is what we're going to aim to create as a central theme to this one. Now, it's an a lot of effort to get that in there, but we're going to start off with a central color shifting core, and then we are going to come. Hey, hello. Oh yeah, there's that in the way, isn't there? We're going to probably come out like this a wee bit, and you have to I apologise for the tink 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 sound that we are kind of stuck with, but if we get a good sized arrow coming out this way, yeah. And Michael Moorcock was a huge. I read pretty much every. I read vociferously as a child. I was how do I put this? It's always an awkward one because I was quite a late reader. Right, we are. Hang on. So if I go, yeah, this is going to move into that square there. So let's take those 4 and then put the actual. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was quite late to getting the reading book, and consequently I became quite a voracious reader from the point where I kind of picked up reading, if you like. And we'll just do that, I think. Yeah, that works. So I went through pretty much a whole host of books, which in this day and age are probably quite hard to come on. I don't know, some people I'm sure will have heard of some of them, but some of the books will be definitely few and far between. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, so things like the Michael Moorcock series, the right, let me get you, and then go 1 and 1. Okay, that's a good start. Other books. Let's see if anybody recognises the name Fafard and the Grey Mouser. Anybody who does any role playing in the D&D universe should do, but you know, that was a series that I read a lot of. In fact, I think they were the original Greyhawk, if I remember rightly. I'm trying to remember right back. Okay, we got 4 arrows. Let's get a different colour. Let's go for a blue. And we shall get this little guy chiseled back, and we're going to bring this one in to the mix. But I want this to look very much like, well, very much like Chaos. That's not what I wanted. Chaos personified, really. Now these arrows generally are shorter, so we're just going, oops, no, undo. We're going to bring this one out this way, and it's also narrower, so I think, do we, I don't suppose, do we just do that? Maybe like that, take those ones, I don't know. Yeah, so that was kind of the idea I had with the old Chaos symbol anyway. So I'm going to do a little bit of chisel bits like that. I'm also going to do some work on these columns. Probably, maybe a little bit on this as well. I may do a little bit of work on these sides here. But let me just do a little bit of the chisels and bit work. I'm conscious that it's not always the most interesting thing to watch. So yeah, we will come over to, oops, let me just try that. Oh God, this is going to be awkward. Yeah, let me do this and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, it's got to be said, I've tried various things. I've got a little bit of the black in. I've got this going on here, which is going to have, these are going to live on the 4 corners. I'm not going to bother with the last 2. I think that should be more than adequate. I mean, look at it, we barely dented the charges on this stuff. So what I would like to do just to finish off in here is just to put some completely pointless stuff in, and for that we are going to need to borrow some designs from over here. We're going to borrow these basically. Crystal leaves are not a problem. That and this, I don't think I've got enough to, let me just see if I can do a placement. No, we haven't got anywhere near enough of what we need for that. So that's going to be dark crystal wood, some of the dirt, and this this stuff, the runic things, and then we're going to have dark thing, and yeah. So I need to pull those together, which will be in here. We need to do something in this area as well. This is severely lacking in dark crystal leaves. That's the one. Is it, or is it? No, it was crystal leaves, wasn't it? Let me just grab a bunch of those. We'll take a little bit of that. We'll take a little bit of that. and I've probably not got any of that already made up, so we'll just yeah, that's all doable. So again, we're going to need our chisel. We're going to chisel this up to be that, and if we take a bit of this, a couple of those, and a couple of those, and a couple of those, that should give us enough to replicate this design around these, certainly around the base over in the Chaos Altar area, and that needs to go away, and we should be good now to go and place that. And my usual trick when I'm doing this kind of thing is to take one, make a copy until I've got enough bits copied, and then we'll and maybe we do one there like a so, and then we'll go and grab the other half of that design, which is over here somewhere. Come on, let me in. We just need to copy that, and once we've got that, we've got the build sorted. And yeah, it's interesting. It's certainly right. That is a placement. Right, so from there we can then copy that, make a placement, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've run out of something. What have I run out of? Dirt, probably. So if we go and place a couple of those and then grab that, make them replacers, that's just as good. And then we should be able to go into placement mode again and just get the trees in. Now the thing that is missing down here, and is quite a thing, is the clouds. The clouds are not working for me at this level, and we do need to work on the clouds around this entire area anyway, because, you know, as we expand outwards we need to keep building the base, so we've got the surroundings. Yeah, that'll do. So the bit I need to do now is work on the clouds. Now obviously we've got the glass, and the glass is good, the glass is really good, but there is, and it was pointed out to me, that chisel actually has its own cloud, and I completely forgotten about them. I've forgotten who even pointed it out now, and I can't spell cloud either. So you've got the Natura clouds, and they aren't spawning. I don't know why, but we can't do those. But there is this from Chisel, which is made with 4 wool, makes 32 cloud blocks. It's not cloud in a bottle. Must we remember that that is not the case. It is cloud. So let me sort my inventory out a little, and I shall be right back with you. Alright, I'm back. I've made a shulker full of clouds, and that's just 4 wool per 32, so very cheap. What we are going to do is we're going to grab a wee bit of that, and we are going to turn this on. We're going to try this. I'm not sure how well, I mean, that's got a reasonable amount of chaos in it, so it should be pretty good. I don't know how well we're going to be able to fit this in around here, but we should be able to just make this cloud come all the way down and cover up a multitude of sins in the area, and with a bit of luck it'll look quite reasonable. You know, because that's what we're looking for. Reasonable. And I'm using this because obviously the gem is pretty much never ending. Well, it's not never ending, it runs out eventually, but you know, it's creative, it lasts a lot longer than the other thing, the bat wings. I'm going to continue with the glass up at the top, but this will just give us a little bit more flexibility to really start to get this looking like it's, you know, through the clouds hanging up there. So yeah, let me carry on with this. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I haven't used quite all of the cloud up, but this is what we've got kind of rocking. I put a little bit up there. We've got quite a lot going on around here. We've got glass as well involved with this, so still rocking the glass up around the dirt here. This is all spawn proof, so that's all good. Obviously over here is only spawn proof because we've lit it properly, but what we are going to do now is we're going to have a little break from building clouds. I'm also going to turn you off temporarily. And what I think we will do is we'll bring back our bat wings. I mean, we've used about just over 1 million chaos there, which is, yeah, it's alright, it's no biggie, because we just do that, and that will quite happily start a chart. I could put fuel in there, but yeah, there was a fair bit already in that altar, so we'll just leave that altar to it. That can do its trick for the time being. So we said last episode, I think it was, possibly the episode before, that we needed to look at upgrading our altar. So if we go and have a look at the we've done discovery, we've done exploration, we've done attunement. We have not got to this, the celestial altar. Celestial altar is going to require some star metal, some star dust, some rock crystals, a bit of aquamarine, and some of that. So that's all good. We're also going to require it to be night time, which it's not right now. Well, it won't be by the time I pulled my stuff together. But again, that isn't a major issue. We need one of those, a couple of those. We need a couple of bits of that. We need probably the worst quality one of those. We're going to need to find some more of these as well, and at some point we're going to have to get into the art of growing them. I've been lazy, I must admit, on that one, mainly because I just can't be bothered. Well, we also need to put you away, don't we? But we want to get that out, and we'll go, what do we need? 4 chiseled, 2 pillars. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chiseled and 2 pillars. And then, of course, we need to. Have we got? We've got sooty. I don't think you actually need the thingy for sooty, the celestial altar, but I am phobic when it comes to these things. So once we've done that, what do we need? We need 49 sooty marble, and we've currently got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21. Can't remember how many was down there. 34. We are shy a few. So the question is, do I actually need? Let me get some of that. And have we got any coal anywhere? Charcoal. Does charcoal work? Don't think it does, actually. Okay. The recipe for that is definitely coal around that. And I don't think I've got any coal on me at all. Which is the first law of sod, of course, isn't it? That you won't have the things you need. Right, well, we need to wait for night time anyway, so I'm going to go and grab a little bit of coal and just we'll test this hypothesis that you don't need to do that in a crafting table. Let me just jump over there. I'll see you in a moment. The answer is correct. You don't need a crafting table. Paper automation, still got stuff, portal area, blah blah blah. Avery, spelt incorrectly, I know. Chaos Shrine, oh that's we can mark that one off, can't we? I think that's probably about done. Okay, so well that is a relief. We can definitely do this without having to worry about those things cropping up and biting us in the ass. So yeah, I'll be back when we get to night time, I suppose. Okay, here we are. We've got the old thingy, so let's set that off running. Listen to the horrendous sound effects. I've just done a little bit more. Oh, got a little bit of spawnable patch there. Done a little bit more of the old cloud. I've used up all the cloud we made. We do need to sort that spawnable patch in a moment. We'll do that in a mo. But yeah, that's doing its thing. And from there we should be able to then make the next tier of altar, which will move us on to the next tier of discoveries and all sorts of good stuff like that. Yeah, I'll come back when this is finished because this noise is quite irritating after a while. Alright, well there's our new improved altar, but we do need to build the structure now, and that is, let's go back to attunement, and we need to build this structure here. So we are talking about a 49, so that's going to be, what is that? So 7 by 7 of black quartz. So this is currently a 5 of sooty, I should say. So if we go in here and make this a 7, that's a 5. So that and that need to come down. 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 And then all of this comes out. That gives us our 7 by 7 structure. And I think that should give us the right chunk of sooty marble in the middle. So armed with that, we've then got 3 by 3 of, hang on, yeah, so if I go here and take these out, that's not even the right thing anyway, so right, all of this needs to come out basically. And we'll get this rebuilt and the world will be good and happy. So let me just get this put together. It's nothing too convoluted, but you know, it has its moments by the looks of this. So this has got normal plain marble in the corners, 1 2 3, like that. Yeah, I'll get this done. I shall be right back with you. And there you have it. Not a very powerful one either, for that matter, for all the height we're at. We really do need to go and find some more constellations while we're at this as well, because we've got quite a few unlocked now. But that, oh yeah, the moon's definitely dropping down there. I don't know whether we've got a chance of finding any more of those constellations while we're here. Well, we got what? 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4 5. I don't know what that would be. Let's have a look. Difficult to tell. Can't really figure out what is that constellation. One, two, three, four, five, six. There's 5 in Fornax, but I don't think that's going to be it, is it? Oh, so it is. Okay. I think we're going to struggle to get any more discovered. I've left it too late. But anyway, that's a new constellation in the sky somewhere. I've lost it now. So that way should be. But yeah, that's well, we got a reasonable amount of progress done. Not a huge amount, but we have got that done. And we've got a lot of cloud. Let me know what you think about this cloud structure. Now, I think the next episode I am going to move over to this section and start building our Britannia area. Because I don't want to get started playing with that. I've got some ideas, and yeah, I mean, all of this is going to be covered eventually, so it really isn't that big a deal. Who's down there? Oh, a little baby zombie. Hello, little baby zombie. Dead little baby zombie. Yeah, so possibly do that next episode. Make a start on the Britannia stuff. But I'm really pleased with the way this is starting to look now. So let's go. If we come, can I get a good angle on? Maybe like that. But any ideas, thoughts, as usual, let me know in the comments. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye for now.